Hey guys, I am sitting here trying to organize my thoughts to talk to you, and I thought, you'll never hear from me. So hey, welcome. Tracy from the Mermaid Cove here. That's my channel. You're my tribe. I hope if you're new, you'll stay and visit. There's a lot of real life going on and inside the mind of somebody who is neurodivergent, right? And through ADHD, dyslexia, all kinds of other things I probably don't know exist. But yeah, I'm tired. The weather's changing. Hoodie on, my first lightweight hoodie of the season, y'all. Can't get a damn decent cup of coffee to save my soul. This is this Nora dark roasted instant coffee I use for coffee staining my paper, which makes me think, oh yeah, I want to show you how to coffee stain paper or what I've done. So I think there's a new Keurig in my garage that someone gave to work that we didn't need, and I took it, put it in my garage, and I think, well, I'll have to call her, she'll be fine with it. But or did I give it back? Don't feel like I did. But what it's going to do, is I have to rearrange a bunch of stuff to get to it, which makes me very unhappy, but here's where I'm at. So I thought, you know what? Don't make any plans today other than I have a grocery pickup at noon-ish and I have to go to CVS, right? Let's have some water. And it's like 9:15 now. And I'm like, okay, if you make sort of a dent, we'll get you Starbucks pumpkin iced cold foam. Yum. And then I've had other thoughts that I want to share. So I want to do 31 days of pumpkin stuff to try. So I did add a few things onto my order today. I got these pumpkin Madeleines from Trader Joe's, and I'm going to return them. They're so dry, y'all. They really are dry. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to go through that. Where I'm like, really? That's not what you need to do today. It's like, whatever. First is until Sunday. Yeah, I feel like I need a couple days off, but so right now I do want to clear my kitchen table, except for what I'm actually going to use right now. Like, here's one of the things I want to do. So let me show you my paper. Let's talk my way through this nonsense. Let's have a taste of this lovely coffee. Okay. Here's a cool new little book. Look how pretty that is. And it's nice paper. I think I might take watercolor. I'm going to play with it. But a new book to start. And with my sketchbooks, I like having a bunch started. My journal things. Those are fun. That's just is all like about a different vibe. In that sense, it works. But I have so many artistic ideas. It's almost painful. So many ideas for my channel. Just so many ideas. And it's just so hard when you're like spinning. And I'm trying to throw myself out of the spin. And then tomorrow I've got to like fire my doctor or do something. And then the battle next week will be for actual real Adderall. So all around the town. But anyway, let's talk about fun stuff because y'all have heard me talk about this, but it's a real issue. And for those of you who live with people who have ADHD, it's not on purpose. They don't make your life harder to be. It's just not on purpose. And you think your whole life you're told, I'm gonna cry. You can do better. Why don't you do better? You're not living up to your potential. I know you can do better. Why are you so lazy? Why are you so distracted? Why this? Why that? Why are you just a loser? Basically is what you hear. And you think to yourself, I don't know. It's not like I don't try. I do try. I try hard. And I'm so frustrated because I'm such an organized human being. It's just horrible. So anyway, to be kind to people in your life that annoy the shit out of you. Because trust me. And I want my medicine. There's so many people who won't take medicine. I want my medicine. My medicine helps me, and to not be able to get it is really bizarre and so frustrating. I don't, it's just like, am I supposed to learn something? Like, what? I really do have some brain issues? God, I'm pretty sure I knew that. Okay, obviously I need to talk to y'all and have a good cry. Hasn't been a while, right, on camera? Anyway, it's so frustrating, and maybe I try to go to frustration instead of anger. It's like, how can my doctor make my life so much harder? How? I mean, is this just a big push, get a new doctor, and I need that anyway? It's probably not a bad idea. I know I've been with her like 10 years or longer. Maybe it's not a bad idea. I have fresh eyes, fresh takes on things. Oh, and when I was heating up, apparently, we were doing instant coffee, and that, I said I'm used to doing a bigger thing for my my coffee staining. 3 minutes in a little cup makes it go all over the microwave. Oh. And literally before that be something like, I'll come back to it. No, I put a towel, I soaked it up. That's gotta go. I gotta wash it in the sink, and here we go. So another thing to follow through on, or I can hold it against myself. Anyway, it's just, I don't know. It's just frustrating. And I remember, and I think too, it reminds me of what we through with my mom. Like, how do you not have an answer with what's wrong with my mother? She's human. We've been on planets for thousands of years. How do you not know what's wrong with my mother? But I'll tell you what, when they really don't know what's wrong with you, it's crazy. Let's pull together here. I don't want this to be, I mean, I know you guys don't care and are not judgmental. And some of you are, and that's fine too, don't care. But, you know, I don't want it to be this. I've gotten in a weirder sleeping pattern when I'm up a little later. Anyway, I slept till 8, much to my little Clara's annoyance. I just thought, brush your teeth, wash your face, get dressed, come on down. Let's just get going. Let's not run in our head, and here I am. But now hopefully it's a little, ow. You know, I had this weird hot spot, y'all. I can only describe it. Okay, so if you look at your shin, halfway down, maybe a little more down, a little bit to the right. I hit it sometimes. There's no bump. I don't know. Can you imagine? I can't get a prescription for my brain. I'm going to say, my doctor, I have a weird hot spot. Like, you know, I don't know. But I have a weird hot spot, and I don't know, where do you go get that checked out at? I mean, it's not, when I hit it, like I just hit on the side of the chair, it hurts. But when I'm just normal, it doesn't. But at night, sometimes I hit it, it hurts. How am I hitting it in my bed, y'all? Like, who knows? All right. So yesterday, I've been wanting to do coffee stain paper because I love it. It's very, it's serendipitous. And it's like a middle, it's like a beginning, a middle, and end. But these are old. They were throwing these in the trash. So I grabbed them for recycling. And yeah, so I love the green. And the green kind of fades and melts a little bit because it's old piece of paper. God knows, from the 70s maybe. But anyway, so I add a little coffee staining. And just some green cards I had. You know, index cards you get. So it just adds a little something to it. You what? How you want to say to everyone how you're mistreating your mother and begging for food nonstop? Come here. Is that what you want to tell people? Huh? Is that what you want to tell people? I know. I got you though. Miss Clara. What did I do without my girlfriend? My nudger. She nudges me. Hi. Say hi to everyone. Clara. Clara's here. I know. Hi. Huh? She sat on the chair yesterday and judged me for not giving her more food. And of course, I have a weakness for that. That makes me feel bad. But anyway, back to coffee. So you know what? It's just I throw it in, take it out. Isn't that wild? That part didn't touch. I just love this. And you can use it for like a book page, like when you're going to sew like a book. I'm probably going to try to stencil on it. Did I show you my stenciling, or in my head I did? And then I put it somewhere. We have a little taste test. Is this? I'll save that for Mark and Sneak. Okay, anyway. I'll come across it or not. So just little random bits. What are you doing, Claire? I found this. These are just all different kinds of fonts, you know, and I have tons of it plain, but it's going to be so cool cut up. And also just collage elements, y'all. Oh, here it is. So what I want to do today is get my some stencils out and some ink I could use on a rubber stamp, and just add stencils, and it adds just like another layer to stuff. And I want to add some to my journals. So, but I can literally tell you, sitting here and touching it makes me very happy. I told Beverly I got to go and touch my new papers. So yeah. This is like an old journal page. I mean, old calendar, but I'm going to stencil the heck out of it. I like the lines. I like the numbers, the different colors. So I got a bunch of those. Then just random little, this is like from a book, the title page, and pages of old books is fun. So I had painted this, and I was really curious. This was a large, I got at Dollar Tree, paint, connect the dots. I painted a little bit on it, but I wanted to see how that paint would melt and interact with the coffee. So I like a little, and that's what I think I love about it. I'm not trying to achieve anything other than fun and other than making pieces of paper a little different. This is someone's itinerary. I know, y'all, it's making me very emotional. I'm going to, hold on, I'm going to go get it. So I found this, and it is from 1949, right? My mother would have been 11. Yeah, 11. Or not quite, probably 10. Should have been 11 later that year. So nothing happened. My mom writes all over the place. Then my grandmother wrote, still sick, Elizabeth stayed with Sandra overnight, which is her cousin. And it says 1951, son went to show. Mom had wrote on February 2nd, that was the 4th. Oh no, I think my grandma wrote this, Ma's sick, cold and sore throat. So I didn't know my grandma referred to herself as Ma. And it's my mom's handwriting. Now I'm seeing my grandma's handwriting, and you know, it made me very emotional. You know, and sometimes my mom wrote, I hate school, school's okay, I'm mad at Dick, hate school, Dick was her boyfriend, nothing happened, nice weather, had soup for dinner in school. So dinner, I think sometimes is lunch there, not our dinner, supper is dinner. Anyway, I do think that just made me very emotional, which of course is my grandmother's writing, it's my mom's writing. Because you know, sometimes I feel alone. I miss my mom so much, and I'm still dealing with the aftermath of everything from our lives together, and it's hard. It's just really hard. I feel really alone. And I mean, that's the truth. If you try not to feel what you're feeling because you don't want to admit you feel it, then you're stuck, right? Like, how do you heal? How do you do something about it? Anyway, I do think that's what set me off. So anyway, so I used it in I used one of them in a page, because you know what, this stuff, my niece and nephew, even if I write what it is, now I'm going to save some pages. I have like a little trunk, and but I'm going to use it in my art. So here's a spread, and she's just sort of looking down and dejected, and kids like laying on her lap, and so I had juxtaposed like mothers, like, you know, she's probably from 30s or 40s. Actually, probably the time my grandmother wrote that. We just ripped it out and threw it on. No thinking, just, you know, just the look on her face. But yeah, so I've been working on my book. So I just go back and I add elements. Like I was playing around making these kind of things. And I've been putting my people in. You know, my little paper dolls I make? I call them paper dolls. So I just went through and threw a bunch of, let me see here, people in. You know, and did mark making, use what I had. It's so much fun having them cut out and I can just grab them, because if I had to stop, now I want to go back and add words and quotes, and I want to do a little stenciling. Like I may not fill this page up, and I may just do cool artwork and then maybe put some, a word or a quote. I thought this was funny. So they're all looking that side. I love this woman, very judgmental on this little man. And then they're looking at my dad, and it said, he promised. Yeah, that's from their honeymoon. And then this guy, it says, each quiet joy within. So this is saving my life. I'm grateful. Y'all, I'm so grateful. You know, just so much fun. And if something comes from it, you know, I'm obsessed with the moon, and I did get some moon stickers from Temu. Except, y'all, I can't ever, I do have a small order coming, but I can't ever order from there again. I was watching, I don't know, it came up on my Instagram, out of Chicago, when their affiliate, you know, ABC or something like that, did a deep dive. Well, it was only 5 minutes, but they were working on investigating Temu. And other than people are getting things broken and they're not replacing them, or things are missing, or the orders don't come, I've never had that experience. Everything I pretty much like, it comes within a reasonable amount of time. I've never really returned anything. But they're selling information that, now I use PayPal, and I don't ever put in my real age, my real birthday, all that. I don't do that. But yeah. So yeah. But there are big problems. And I think that other than the other terrible things that Chinese people, I can't say that, the other, you know, manufacturers do, and the labor they use, which is probably most, you know, when people get on about that, I think, well, you got to stop using phones, because what they do to get that, I can forget the cobalt, whatever it is they need for phones, is hellacious. I mean, honestly, I saw a picture, I almost threw up. So, yeah. You know, who knows who made my shirt? It's a slippery slope. But when they're going to start selling your information in the dark web, I mean, but on the other side of that too, I just got a letter from when I worked, pretty sure it was the Senate, and you work for the architect, and then you're under something else. You know, information was breached from the time I worked there. So in theory, it's all out there. So they offered free monitoring. And of course, there's a list somewhere that says, check into the free monitoring. And that means I have to find that letter. That's fine. Okay. See, here we go. I'm supposed to be training myself. And I guess I can do better. To have my book with me, and anything right in one book at one time. Or when I leave here, go and put it in my book. Anyway, let's look at fun stuff. You know, so I'm just adding people. So this is just a different layer. You know, I had this thing floating around. I'm like, let's just throw it on here. I like that page a lot. Threw her on. She needs some help. Poor thing. Like here was I love the silhouettes when you cut something out. Sometimes I'm super careful, and then I can use that. These two pages feel really out of place. Maybe she does, so I got to think about that. I might take her out. But I like the idea. I don't know, like she's going out to feed the chickens, right? That was what was in my head. This one, other than beyond comprehension and a chance to start anew and shiny hours waiting with much for me to do. So I feel like she's kind of done. I might do a little stenciling. Like this page a lot. So yeah, I just added this piece. There's me and my grandma. Me and my grandmama. Oof. How are you supposed to live without the people you love? This has to be some sort of hell. That's all I'm going to tell you. Has to be. Him, I wasn't sure about the ennui of it all. I judged him yellow. I'm not sure I like him, but anyway. She's got the... I'm obsessed with circles right now. You know, how these things happen, I don't know. It's just a piece of leftover scrap. I liked him. So some kind of stenciling and a quote. Anyway, I love her. I accidentally cut, I glued her suitcase on. Like, where's she going? So some good quote about that. And then there'll be some quote about marriage or, anyway, it was a part of a motorcycle. So that's what's happening. If anyone wants me to go through it and look at it, I will do it separately. But I'm not sure about her. She reminded me of Angela. Y'all, this is falling apart, and that's okay. That's okay. So Sunday, I'm taking a class from Jane Chip. So excited, noon my time. She'll be in England. There's going to be, like she said, up to 15. Look at this. This came out. That silhouette was awesome. And we're going to learn how she makes her journal. So how she does her journals. I'm very excited. I mean, and this has got its own vibe to it. And look at her. Not sure. Some of them I tape very lightly in case I want to. I love this page. I just need a good quote, I think. So there's some stencil stamping. And this was, I don't know. Who knows where the hell I got it. I think it's the mouth of a Buddha statue. Just threw her down. Not sure yet what to do. So I could really probably undo her a little bit and do some stenciling and stuff like that. And then this is a building that's from Venice. So I kind of like this side, like they're together off in the future. There's their future. Liked her a lot. I'm obsessed with obsessions change. Like the vintage is amazing. That I'm just obsessed. I mean, this would have had no more appeal to me, all my coffee papers. Than so I want to try to do a little bit of the ones with my. Here you go, 1951. So she would have been 35, 45. Let's see. She was born in 35, 45. So that's 10, 5. She would have been 16. School no fun, mad at Dick. Matthew had hair set. Mother had hair set, y'all, her writing. She's mad at Dick. Dick was her first boyfriend. Could have been my father, y'all, but he wasn't. Christmas is coming, 1947, getting excited. So this is like a treasure trove, but some of them I'm going to go ahead and coffee stain, or I might go ahead and just paint with coffee, which is something I want to do today, y'all, but... and this was just, I got some watercolor paper and this came on top of it. And I was curious, the thickness, and it's so interesting how different paper takes everything differently. Anyway, now these are more what I want is stain. Let's see. And this is just some scrap paper from work. And it's so amazing how, it's so fragile when it's in a state of being wet. And then it comes back and it's a little bit more stable. Whoops. So I did get this and I got most of that cleaned up. So didn't do much on the back. I'm going to stencil, do something over that. This was from the end page of a book. So yeah, so honestly, I can just sit and look at these and touch them and organize them. So right now I have coffee stained paper. That's it. All I've done is coffee stained. And then I have coffee stained with color that I've gone back and I've used watercolor on or acrylic on. And then I have coffee stained paper with stenciling, or, you know, I don't know. I think of it. That might be too many things, right? Maybe color and that stenciling all go together. Because then I have coffee stained paper or colored paper, like watercolor, acrylic, and then, you know, so I don't know. I don't know how to figure it out. I need to have less broad categories than I have right now. Love birds, obsessed with my bird books, y'all. I want to do, there's, I want to say it's Jana, Jana, and I'm really bad when there's three names. Klein Harris? I don't know. Anyway, I follow her, love her, obsessed with her. She's amazing. I wish we lived near each other. She has like a cool thrift store. But her art, she's very inspiring to me. We have almost exactly the same books, right? And when I first started putting my head back, I was totally looking at her stuff and mimicking it. Like, that was my inspiration. Of course, you make it your own, but she's like, wow, your art's a lot like mine. And I thought, well, we absolutely have this. I could like look at her stuff and know what book to go get to do it. But anyway, she had, I don't know, there's a woman doing like 31 Days of Birds in October, but they're very particular about their kind of bird. But I thought, you know, I'm not going to do October because I want to work on my Halloween book. But, you know, I want a bunch of bird pages stained. And then again, if you're making your own journal or you're doing an altered page in a book, there you go. And you can cut it. I want to do something this size though. That's a little more than 8 by 10. And again, so I'm obsessed with stars, the moon, the sun, galaxies, anything like that. I have no clue what that's about, but there we are. I mean, how? And this paper is like, it's a glossier paper, but it's not a shiny gloss. I mean, it's just like, it's a book of like cool advertisements, I think. So Sunday, February 9th, 32 pages of good reading, including queer national figures, how some statesmen look to our artists, peculiarities in black and white, or of Peffer, Jones, Cockrell, Pugh, and others. So interesting because they don't mean queer in the way we would mean it now. Claire Barton's old home. Local haunts of Aaron Burr. So, yeah. So, I don't know if I'll just cut her. I mean, all this, I could cut it and it'd be a page. Just, there's all kinds of things to harvest from that. Another thing I'm obsessed about and have always been obsessed, and I have enough to last me my lifetime, but if I found one that was cheap, I'd probably grab it. Are yearbooks, old yearbooks. So this was, I can't remember what, but these are different like clubs and stuff, but I just love it. It did kind of stay together, so I could probably put tape here, and we'll use this in my Jane Chip book probably. That's another thing. That's next Sunday, so I'm trying to get you know, some papers pulled together. Because Monday is going to be my fun day. Well, I got acupuncture early, then I'm having lunch and hanging out with my girls, and then coming home and doing art. So here's one I want to do. I want to do a little of this too, this jelly deli wax paper, and it takes acrylic. It might not do the coffee. Okay, so these are ones to do, and then this was just the, I had this kind of absorbing, but it becomes super interesting. I don't know how I was thinking I could cut out different shapes maybe as make a sticker out of them. Yeah, this is not all my paper, y'all, but that's okay. And of course I had this underneath a lot. So look at that interesting thing. So what I might do with this is, put it, when I'm doing painting on the table, put it on the top layer of what I use to absorb stuff. And then, you know, I could cut a page out of this too. So, y'all, there's nothing that you can't use. So what other thing do I want to show y'all? So, this was plum cot. So those things are so good, y'all. and I don't know, there's plums and apricots, and then apricots and cherries. No, plums and cherries. Those are my favorite. But here's my brain. Well, you can use this for something. It's not good. You know, my county doesn't recycle this kind of business. If it's, okay, so if it's a 6, nix, N-I-X, get rid of 6. But I'm going to let it go because I'm thinking, oh, it still shuts really well. And y'all, is this gold? Let it go for the sake of like making my life one thing easier. Okay, so here's the other thing. What's amazing is when you start to play, things evolve. Like I didn't sit down and think, oh, what a cool idea to have a book and different women sticking out of it. And then like, so what I did is I was going through and I was just adding elements and I thought, you know what? And I made a lot of pockets, right? When you glue 2 pages together, you just do this, and then you have a pocket, right? Or you can do it on the side, right? This, and there's a pocket. So to remember the pockets that they're there, I stuck someone in a pocket. And I kind of liked it. And I thought, wow, that's kind of interesting, right? And then I thought, well, let's make more pockets. And I'll probably take some of the other pages out. And I'm like, you could do a spread that you think goes with the woman, right? But this cowgirl, she's so much fun. So I had a cowgirl book. And I thought, wow, okay. And I'm not going to get obsessed at every face, you know, but I'd like it when you open it, like something interesting to be going on for the juxtaposition kind of thing. I even like the back. I'm even going to do a word. I'm going to name them on the back. So here's one of my favorites. Where is she? I mean, they're all fun, but but look at that. Like her young, her older. But this is my favorite. Is this my favorite? Well, she's no. What's my real favorite? I don't know, y'all. I guess it's the front one. Oh no, here she is. She's got a bottle. There she is. Which is, you know, anyway. She's got a little bottle. So some of them are more fragile, like her, and this back one. I need to put on cardstock before I do anything. But I don't think I've seen anybody really doing that. I don't know this is the right book for it, but I'll just cover it up. I do like this little book. It had all these really cool old Italian pages. It was super thick and I just pulled, but I kept the pages. So I don't know, but not fun, but there's something here. And my brain just, you know, I would have not just sat here and think, no, but as I'm playing, ideas are coming to me. That's where you meet your muse, right? You get your ass to the table and you invite your muse to come. You start playing with color and cutting things and your muse is like, what's she doing? Let me look over her shoulder. What's going on here? I want to play. And there comes your muse, y'all. Tell yourself you're not creative. Well, what's your poor muse supposed to do? Well, I'm never. People tell me all the time I'm not creative. And I haven't yet said to them, well, your muse is upset. You hurt your muse's feelings. But you have hurt your muse's feelings, you know? And I'm trying in the midst of drowning, it feels like, to become like intentional and when I can. So sitting down to start to play, I try to say a prayer. I try to invite my muse. I try to, you know, anybody that wants to come support me and play, please come, help me with ideas. But maybe there are too many ideas. Let's focus on one idea. But ideas have never been my problem. It's so frustrating. But anyway, all of you watching, well, I'm not creative. Yes, you are. You are. You're just a human being. You're creative. Such bull crap that only certain people are creative. Really, that's a lie and that's a scam and that's not true. Not true at all. Doesn't mean you have to do the arts. Doesn't mean you have to sew. Doesn't mean you have to paint or collage or color. But y'all, anyone can color, and do not, whatever you do, dear God, do not try to stay in the lines. I am telling you, I remember in school, I can remember the feeling being young and like, oh, Tracy, you have to stay in the lines, and literally thinking, I can't. Like, I can't. How can, it just would feel like shame because I did not color in the lines, and the dumb art teacher, whatever, was clueless. I follow so many really cool children's art teachers on Instagram, Okay, let me go around on Instagram. Okay, so every day I'm unfollowing. There seems to be some sort of delay. I have decided not to count and check because it will make me crazy. But I'm going through these accounts and I did not follow them. 100%. I know right now there are ones I'm like, what? There's not one thing. They don't have a post. There's not anything remotely. I think they sell I think maybe because I had so many and I don't pay attention that they attach me to people. I don't know. Because you still always see people, I can sell followers and likes or whatever. So I don't know, because now it makes me a little angry, but there are things I can see too, like animals, like astronaut, like the Tour de France bicyclists and companies. So, but right now I'm following all animals. Not all, there's some I like, but I don't want to see animals hurt and then they become better. No. So I'm following all that. And any monkeys, I'm following anything. It breaks my heart. So I unfollow that. Right now, I'm looking at cooking stuff. And sometimes I look and these people haven't posted in 2, 3, 4 years. So, or some people never had a post. I honestly know I do not follow these people. So I'm just going through that slowly every day. Take 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, whatever, and just start going through it. And then I see people, I'm like, oh yeah, right. I haven't gotten anything from them. So I'm doing that. Anything to do with Target or Dollar Tree, I'm unfollowing. I don't really go to Target. I got you know what? I was telling myself, you weaned yourself hard time off Target a while ago because I lose my mind when I'm in that store. Now, could I run in to get some grocery stuff? Probably yes. Now I could, because and plus they changed it. When they changed it to look more like a department store, then I hated it. I did. So, and I don't go in perusing Halloween stuff or perusing, I'm not. They do have the best Pyrex, y'all, but I have Pyrex, right? So you know what? Something breaks, you lose something, you can buy another Pyrex. But right now you have Pyrex, they fit, don't even. But I have Easter and Valentine's Day and all that came from Target. So I'm in little ones. But yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on in my head. But, oh, and here's another book I found. It's, and look, I had I tried to eat it, but it was, and it wasn't it was old. But anyway, look at that cool packaging. It's just going to go in my collage thing. I have a box with just stuff like this. And look at this. This is Black Raven tea I got at a little place in Frederick, Eastern Shore Tea Company. It was good. Anyway, it's going to go in my Halloween book. There's going to be a raven coming out. But this is called House Rules Claire Coulson. And it was from 2005. And it's very interesting. She's Australian. And it was printed in Britain or... Isn't that gorgeous? So, I'm kind of going through it, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to alter it. I mean, look at that. So So when you start to alter books, there's different ways of doing it, pulling out pages. I am more slapdashery, of course. Sometimes though, you try to find like the middle of the signature. See, I always have those patients, even if I am correctly medicated. But books are made up of signatures, and that's what I make when but there's always a middle of the signature. It's rare. Now, some of the kids' books, old books, are sewn in, and you can't find a signature. Anyway, I don't have patience for it. But at this particular time. Whoops. Like this book has 3 signatures, right? So if you look, And I use this green paper to do the signatures. Right, so that's one signature, and I have 2 signatures, 3. You know, super loose here. Did not do the best getting that close, but I'm going to keep it because it was the really first book that I made. The spine is just falling apart. So I'll have to sit down with y'all and show you the books I've picked to work with the Jane Chip project. And also, she uses more like a cardboard, so I could do that too, but I plan to make a bunch of books after that class. Actually, I should take that Monday off. Oh, here's the stuff. I work Sunday. I took off Sunday, and then I'd be off Monday. I thought, why don't I work Monday? I'm going to go back and take that Monday off because I can play. Yeah. I see this and I calm down immediately. Honestly, I feel like my heart rate goes down. And like this, I just glued. What's her saying? What if you forget about your body so you could remember your heart? Isn't that cool? I love looking for little things. And it's sometimes like, okay, I might be looking for a quote on marriage or an idea, but you know, I had no idea. I saw that and I'm like, that is perfect. But like this was just a little leftover scrap that I had played with inks in. So it'll be a little journaling page or something private, I guess, you know. But I could sit here all day and just fondle my coffee paper. And aren't I lucky? Because I have some to fondle. But all right, guys, I'm gonna 10 o'clock. I feed myself. And I'm gonna do my best to love on myself all day long. Do what I can. I do want my kitchen. My kitchen's pretty good. Actually, it just needs stuff put away and that kind of thing. My table's better than yesterday. I just want to have things I'm working with right now and set up for Jane Chip class. But one of the things I am going to do, I have a bunch of this good stuff in bags, and I'm going to go today and put them away in my studio, do some laundry, that kind of thing. So get my groceries. So you'll have a grocery haul coming up. And then, yeah, 31 days of pumpkin. See how creative I can be. I probably have 15, 16 things, right? Already. And I ordered like that Stoke, like pumpkin cold brew. And it's honestly, I don't feel like I'm going to be in my garage hunting down stuff. But you never know. All right, guys, and we were lucky. I just had a nice steady rain all day. If there were winds, I didn't hear them, you know, and so I hope other people are as lucky. It's so weird dropping my cable and not having the Weather Channel, because I would have that on all day, but then it grabs my attention, or then I start feeling bad for people, and you start hearing stories, or, you know, they build up that excitement, and it's not good for my nervous system. So that is a bonus, even though I feel kind of... But my mom loved that, and I do. I mean, I would. And no QVC. I know I can go on the app, but I have not looked at QVC. Now, I don't... The face cream I got, I still have like 2/3 of a thing to use up from Costco. I'm going to use it up, but I love my original face cream. Like moisturizer, IT. And now, yeah, it's not good on the Yucca app, but my shampoo is now good on the Yucca app. My body wash is good on the Yucca app. My face wash is good on the Yucca app. So if there's going to be one thing, I'm going to do that. So, because they're so expensive to keep trying. And if I come across and hear something, I'll try it. I would like to do it maybe from Sephora or something, or Ultra, where I can return it if I don't like it. I mean, I could have returned, this is fine, but I just don't feel, it doesn't feel as good. So I want to get that. And it's usually much cheaper on, what's her face? QVC. So if any of y'all, I know some of y'all watch QVC. I'm so proud of myself, because if I turned on right now, there'd be something I want. I think I would have to have. And that's not true. And also I have these sunglasses that go over that I got there, and I dropped them and the thing popped out, and I'm not getting it to stay. So what I think, if I can find a little bottle that has a little tip and put a little glue and see if I can get it to work that way without the glue everywhere, y'all. And that's a challenge. Now see, that's a good thing for Beverly to help me with. She's got that steady hand. But I need them. They're very important. And now that I've gotten used to them, I feel like I'm being blinded in the sun. It's really interesting. I wish I had done this my whole life. I would not have a cataract right now to deal with. So, but yeah, so that's what's going on. These are my thoughts. Thank you for listening. And I will pop on and look at my comments and answer them today. And I probably start and go backwards, maybe, if that makes sense. But I love my comments. They're so important to me, and I do read them. I don't know why I'm having the worst time. Well, in the moment, I'm like, okay, I'll do that later, and then I don't. So, okay. All right, guys. Yeah, and just, if you're hurting or you feel alone or you're sick, you don't feel good, you don't know what it is, you're afraid to find out what's going on. You have people like that in your life. I mean, but really, there's a coworker at work and her husband has ADHD, and I think her kids do too. And, she has HD for sure, but, and she of course is upset with him, and, it's frustrating. And I'm like, he honestly isn't doing anything on purpose, I would assume, right? I guess all people play games, whatever. But in general, he's unconscious of it. He's just getting through his day. He's a really good dad and really good at dinner and stuff like that. But she's a little bit of a perfectionist because of her childhood. So I'm inviting her to think about being a non-practicing perfectionist, because what I really think is those thoughts come. Maybe you can change it and those thoughts don't come. But in the meantime, they're coming. And to not act on them is a step, right? Or to be aware you're having them. So I think that in myself, I'll probably always have perfectionist tendencies, but I can choose not to do them and not engage with them. So non-practicing, right? Or some people call it recovering. But I do think I'm going to have those thoughts. It's like, okay, the thoughts, I think I felt bad my whole life. I was having these thoughts, but having read and studied and listened to people and find teachers no, everyone does this. Maybe the Dalai Lama doesn't. I don't know. I bet he does. But that it's how you choose to respond with it. How do you choose to engage with it? I can remember saying to Beverly, how many people live in my head? How many? Martha Stewart's there, y'all. So I try to choose the parts of Martha Stewart that are fun, though. I did learn how to do a load of dishwasher from her and how to fold sheets. Doesn't mean I do it, but I did learn it, so... But yeah, so what do y'all think? 31 Days of Pumpkin. I literally, between my jewelry and stuff like that, do 31 days of dressing like Halloween. And y'all, when am I going to get my Halloween stuff out? Look at the schedule. I wonder if I could be off. Maybe I'll try to take a day off this week. I have to think about this. And you know what? It'll be a garage day. And I'd love to go through my Halloween stuff, like lickety split with y'all. Now, I will say this. I'm just letting books go and I'm keeping track of them. It's just too hard with my hands to hold them up and go. I am keeping a stack of ones I think are super cool that I want to show you. But yeah, I'm at 350 books. And I have pile of 25, and today I will go grab another 25 and just keep it going. So yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I can't take Saturday off. I'm off Friday. Maybe I'll take Thursday off. So I'll have Thursday, Friday. I'll work Saturday, which is good for me to have a breakup and be off Sunday, Monday. I'm going to put in for leave, y'all, right now. Day and Monday. Yeah, that's actually perfect. Because Saturdays are hard, and it's hard to get someone to cover, and I don't want to do that to my coworkers. So, how cute is this glass? I had 6 of them. I think we're down to 4. And my friend Nito, I just love him so much. And it's sad we don't get to see each other, but that often. But we went to Anthropologie, and he was buying 6 glasses and 6 plates. And what was so fun, and 6 bowls. What was so funny about him is he could not believe. Now, I got these Natalie Lette plates, and those things are pieces of art, really, like folk art. And I was beginning of the obsession, and I got Beverly obsessed with it, and then it's a whole nother level of obsession with her. But he could not believe I was not getting matching plates, like 6 tigers. But no, how boring. He's like, but things match. And I'm like, no, they don't have to match. When you're buying a single thing, you don't have to match them. So I did settle on 6 of the same glasses, but different colors, which I think was edgy enough for him. And then we got plain, they're like those bowls like people in Paris would like, hold on. Okay, so this is Natalie Lette. Isn't that cool? She's French and Korean. No, yeah. In the Korean market, when I see stuff online, back then when I really looked for her stuff, no, Japanese, she's Japanese, that's it, and French. And the stuff she has for the Japanese market, honestly, if I went to Japan, I'd be hunting down Natalie Lette stuff, which is, I would have in the past, y'all. But anyway, look how cheerful that is. Maybe I should do, oh my gosh, see, another idea. I could do a series of watercolors or acrylic painting based on like the main character or the colors of the plate. But anyway, then we got these. So that's what I'm talking about. I don't know if they're actually French. Well, actually, they're made in Portugal. But the French drink out of them, Europeans. Let's say that's European. So I got 6 of those, and then we got 6 of these. So I think I'm down to 5, 4, and every single Natalie Lette plate. And then Beverly's gone wild, and so I have tons of them now. I actually pulled 2 out to give to my mom's friend, and I haven't done that, and that does really bother me a lot. So now I've lost the list I was writing shit on because it looks like that. Okay. Sorry, stuff. I'm just going to email them and get with it. Okay. I'm going to transcribe that. Okay, guys, I'm going to eat some eggs. Going to have eggs. So, and then I have a gift card for Walmart, but getting there is not easy, and they didn't have pickup today, and I thought, I'm not going to walk around Walmart on a rainy Sunday. I'm not. With Halloween stuff everywhere. I'm not doing it. So I I want to get some basics there, like my trash bags. I did break down and get the raw sugar, so I like that right now. And then I got mayonnaise, super expensive. It's like ridiculous. I have to have Hellmann's, y'all. I'm not going to get some kind of Aldi brand. I'm not. Or Trader Joe's. No. I guess I could have tried Trader Joe's and returned it. But anyway, I got one. I like the squeeze and then the thing, for casseroles. But anyway, boring stuff. All right, guys. Yeah. So we'll have a haul for sure. Maybe we'll have a chat down in my studio. Give you a look at where all the colors and stuff go. But most of all, I hope you send me energy because you're doing it, just loving on yourself and helping yourself, being kind to yourself, being your own cheerleader, being the parent that you probably needed that your parent couldn't be because they're not you. Work on being that to yourself, being that voice of, loving and healing and that kind of thing. So that's what I wish for everyone and myself. So that is what I'm gonna, that's what I'm gonna focus on today. More than being, I know I'm very, what's the word, results oriented in my thinking. And then when I'm not hit those results, because they're impossible for anybody, then I feel bad. So I'm really trying to work on not being results oriented as much, but as much as just doing, it's going to be a lifetime thing, I think, but I'm aware of it now. And I laugh at myself sometimes, or Beverly will say, what did you think you haven't accomplished anything? You don't have medicine, and look, you're struggling and fighting your way through, and you've gotten so much done, but yet your bizarre high standard has keep you from feeling that. So I'm really working on chopping that down and just being really happy with what I do and being really on top of things I must do, like pay bills and, get to work on time, stuff like that, right? But okay, I want to let you go as always, but I got to, guys, because I can talk all day. And yeah, so I get to go do fun house caring and organize some papers, get my table clear. So on anyway, I'll think about it, figuring out how I'm going to set up my October stuff. And, because I want this area clean for Jane Chip on the 1st. But then what I could do is like that night, right? I don't know. I'll get this on my calendar. Y'all remind me, I said I would do this because I want to do it. And I've got to think it through. Like, okay, so if I have 4 mixes, I'm not going to do those the last days, right? So I'll start maybe October 1 with a mix and then 1 mix a week. That sounds about right. You know, I don't have that. I don't even think I have that many, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have 2 days of carbohydrates. So, but I have some cereals, some coffee creamers. I do want to get a little bit more, savory things, that kind of thing. I do. Safeway has pumpkin ice cream sandwiches. Is that weird? So I gotta try. I wanted to try this last year and I didn't. They sold out. So at least I'll get them this week and throw them in the freezer at work. But okay, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate your comments if you're new and you made it this far. And welcome to our community. And I hope you comment. And people here are great at sharing. And just, you're not alone. You know, you feel alone. And I feel alone. And I know I'm not alone, but it's a feeling. And I think, honestly, it's coming up from my childhood when I was alone and felt scared. So, you know, I think these things are all, I think this decluttering and letting stuff go and coming across memories, like my grandmother's handwriting. I mean, that's a treasure. My mom's thoughts when she was 10, 16, is really a gift, but it's painful sometimes, Anyway, all right, guys, I will, I'll pop on later if I can. I was going to do it yesterday and I forgot, so we'll see. Anyway, namaste, and I'll see you soon.